Hello everybody, my name is Rojo and welcome to Total Warhammer 2. A long time ago I did a Chaos Warriors campaign back in the days of Total Warhammer 1 and I've been wanting to come back and play some of Warhammer 2 here. And I think now is a good time to do it. The Prophet The Warlock DLC just dropped, but we're not going to play any of that stuff. We're actually going to go to the Mortal Empires campaign, which is basically like the Total Warhammer 1 campaign, but includes all the other races and all that.
I fight for the greater good.
And we're going to start up
I will indulge you.
a Alberic de Bordeleaux campaign, because Bretonnia has also received an update with this latest patch, and I would like to see how they play now. I am going to play on very hard. Apparently this is a hard difficulty initial challenge. We shall see about that. Then we're going to get some additional effects here. And of course we have his Lord effects. But we'll go over some of the changes as we get into things here. Let's begin. Or I guess we can get into some of the changes now. They redid some of the mechanics for Bretonnia, particularly the vow system. So it used to be like you just spend a skill point and you get reduced upkeep on like some of the knight units. But that has been changed to be a little bit more active, a little bit more interesting. We'll take a look at it in a sec, but there is the standard campaign intro that we got to go through. So we'll listen to the old man here when he comes up in a sec.
Hail, Alberic, Duke of Bordeleaux. The salty sea air is a bracing reprieve from the cloying inland darkness that now threatens the coast. Directly north, the damned city of Mousillon spits out dark forces that you must deal with. Bretonnia may ignore this blight, but you cannot. King Leonca resides at Couronne, but is beset by the greenskin threat from the nearby mountains. You are expected to aid the crown, but ultimately it is your choice alone. The merchant princes of Marienburg have no love for Bretonnia. They are more concerned with the accumulation of wealth. Gluttons, yes, but perhaps useful. The mountains teem with greenskins and dwarfs, constantly warring with one another. Should they descend from their peaks into Bretonnia, conflict will surely follow. A storm is brewing above Bretonnia, my lord, with a ferocity that Bordeleaux cannot avoid. You may not be king, Alberic, but Manan watches over you. Use his thalassic strength to defend Bordeleaux and wash your enemies away.
Alright, so yeah, as he said, Alberic does have a connection with Manan, the sea god, I guess he is, in the Warhammer universe. Don't really know too much about him. And then we get a little info, of course, about how Bretonnia plays. They're a little bit different than some of the other factions. In particular...
My lord, the Dukes of Bretonnia have resided under a chivalrous code for many years. Honor this tradition, build upon the great foundations of Gilles le Breton, and lead the knightly orders forward to glory.
Okay, I think he's done now. Yeah, so we've got like our peasant economy here, which basically means we can only recruit so many basic units. And then let's see, we've got our first sort of objective here. Ultimately, we would like to get to this point where we get 2,000 chivalry, which we'll get by fighting various enemies and all that.
You know who I am?
I do know who you are. All right, so the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to take our army and get onto land. Because I don't think there's any reason really to be in the water right now. We are immediately at war with Mousillon here. That's okay.
Honor before glory.
I think first things first, we're going to embed you.
My legend inspires.
Because you might as well be in the army itself. Then we need to recruit some units. I'm going to do that
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
within range
Striking out.
of Bordeleaux, because I don't want him to come down and immediately attack me. I don't think he will. But just to be safe, I'm going to do it that way. First things first, we need some archers. Because they are cheap and they are effective. next thing, we only have 3 more units that we can actually get. So I'm going to ditch one of you.
Faith is my armor.
So that I can get 1 man-at-arms here. And I'm going to get something else after we've recruited all this as well. In fact, what I could do... If I do this, I'm going to I'll still have 5 units for my front line. Yeah.
My reputation precedes me.
We'll get rid of you, and I think I'll take... We could probably get away with 4. I'm going to take another archer, I think. So we'll try this out and see how we do. To start with, we do have research. This has been overhauled a bit. I believe. I don't know exactly how, because this all looks fairly familiar, at least in this part. I think maybe this part has changed a bit. And I think the Confederation system with Bretonnia has changed a little bit, so we'll see about that. We're gonna start here with the chivalric code, I suppose, because even if we went for this to go and fight Musalon early on here, it's probably not gonna matter all that much. It's not that just not that good. The other option is this, which isn't bad, but I think I'm gonna stick with this for now, because these lesser factions kind of tend to get wiped out sort of fast, and it would be nice to be able to make use of this research rather than have it just basically go to waste. We can do a commandment here because we own this entire province, so we can get growth, we can get recruitment costs down with recruitment capacity up quite a bit, tax rate, construction cost reduction, and control, which is basically the same as public order. I don't know if there's any other difference between that and public order, or if it's just a lore steeped name for the same mechanic. I'm gonna go for this first. The reason why
and wisdom are yours.
will be apparent later. We also need to do some turn 1 diplomacy here. Because we want to make sure...
Welcome to fair Bretonnia. Agreed.
Make sure that we get non-aggression pacts with all the Bretonnians here.
Valiant Lord.
And where possible...
The lady grants you safe passage in these lands.
It would also be nice to get other agreements, like trade agreements in particular, because that's sort of Alberic's thing. I'm going to see if I can get some money out of these guys as well. Could even go a little higher, huh? Go for that?
I am no.
See, this is actually one thing that I've been thinking about this for a while. I feel like this is a bit of a design flaw, being able to just constantly offer various agreements until the AI accepts, especially when you're demanding money, because you just keep doing it until you get what you want, until you see what the limit is, and it's just kind of tedious. I think if you could only do one offer per turn, I think it would make diplomacy a little bit more interesting. You'd have to think about what you're doing a little bit more.
Yes.
But there we go. So we got a little bit of money out of them, which is nice, I suppose. These guys are actually also at war with Musalon, so that actually could work to our advantage. We're not going to do any alliances just yet.
Protector of the realm.
All right, Baston, same deal
I hear you.
here. We'll see if we can just do this with you.
All right.
And we'll just keep going.
Evildoer, I see you are true of heart, noble knight. What do you require?
Keep going down the list. See what we can get. Any of this is
By
good.
the light of the... I am King Leoncoeur. Done.
All right, so that's all taken care of. I think there's another 1 or 2 Bretonnian kingdoms that maybe we haven't met yet, but all things in time. We do start out at war with the Pirates of Sartosa and the Dreadfleet as well. I don't know how much we're gonna have to worry about them, because they're pretty far away, and
Count Noctilus reigns.
well, so is he, frankly. So I don't know that I'm gonna concern myself with that right now. I would like to get a non-aggression pact with these guys if I can, because they're just right across the pond
Speak
here.
your deceitful words and then get out of my sight.
They don't want non-aggression, but they will trade, so I'm going to accept that. And then what about Trace here?
Your presence is not appreciated, so be...
Same deal. Okay. So I did play, like, the first maybe 5 turns of this campaign just to, like, test things out a little bit. And, yeah, the same thing happened last time. They want 100 gold for me, whatever. We'll get that back in a couple turns.
Indeed.
So I'm not going to sweat that too much. Perhaps we'll get that non-aggression pact a little bit later. Aside from that, though, I think we're all set for our first turn here. Let's go ahead and end turn, and we'll see how things go. And I should probably actually do this real quick. I'm just going to modify my camera settings now so I don't have to do this later. We're going to turn these guys up to fast for our faction. Come over here and we'll go fastest with allied factions, fast with enemy factions, and fastest with neutral factions. Just makes it so I don't have to push this button every turn. So in the long run, over 100 turns, I guess it'll save me, 10 seconds of my life. There's actually a strategic location here. I can't see it while it's doing its thing, though. We definitely cannot, at least I cannot just walk up and try to take Musalan without some additional preparation, because I think it has walls to begin with. And with that army there plus the garrison, it would just not work very well, because we have too many knights in our army right now, more than I even want. But we do... Ooh, he did leave. That's good. Yeah, too many knights. Knights just aren't good for sieges, is what it comes down to. We want artillery, we want archers for sieges, especially against vampire counts who don't have any archers to shoot us back with. Well, unless you count the latest update for the vampire counts, where they can get some limited amount of crossbowmen and handgunners, I think, maybe. Let's see. So your people live in fear. For evil stalks fair Bretonnia. We have greenskin incursions, which is basically our starting game enemy. I guess is the best way to describe it, because I don't think we're intended to really take out Musalan right at the get-go here. So we're basically going to get rebellions, orc rebellions all the time, which is fine. Now I'm going to do something a little bit risky here. I'm going to actually demolish that. Because while our province is growing, I guess I should actually switch this up maybe slightly. I should have done growth this turn, but it doesn't matter. But I am going to basically go for getting this built up first before I worry about Aquitaine here. Or is it Aquitaine? There we go.
Do you know who I am?
And the reason for that is just because this is a much more valuable settlement as far as just everything than this is. Now, we do have an opportunity here to maybe do something a little bit unchivalrous. What's Baston's garrison like? It's not very good. So I guess it comes down to whether or not he has any siege attackers. But if I go like right around to here... So there's the other Bretonnian faction right there. Oh, they do have a garrison. Okay. He does have a Vargulf, so we could immediately besiege it. But I'm going to go into ambush stance. Now, we do lose chivalry for doing this as Bretonnia. And there's probably not a very good ambush chance here. 45%. But I'm going to try it. As long as we don't go negative chivalry, we'll be fine. Because as you can see, that causes some real issues. And then as we get more chivalry, we of course get some other nice stuff like some bonuses and being able to summon the Green Knight, who is of course still here as a legendary hero, very powerful. Yeah, I'm gonna hope he doesn't see me, because either way, we're gonna get an opportunity perhaps to attack him, either here or here. So we'll try that out, see how we go. And beyond that, I don't think there's anything else I really want to do this turn. We'll let everybody cool off for a sec on the old diplomacy. Just see what happens. There's our first population surplus. It's going to take a few more turns to get what we want, which is 2 population, but that's fine. Turn times are quite long, especially with an older computer like mine. But you know, eventually the factions will thin out a little bit, and hopefully things will go a little bit faster. Our campaign is going to be fairly, I don't want to say passive necessarily. Oh, here he comes. Oh, he's raiding me. Interesting. Yeah, it's not necessarily going to be passive because we're going to be fighting. We're going to be fighting a lot of smaller armies. Now, actually, if they want to take that would be 100% okay with me, because I can confederate with them at any time, pretty much anyway, as soon as I get their technology researched. And they did foil my ambush. That's actually fine.
Test me at your peril.
I feel like I might be able to beat him.
Lord and hero.
But I don't want to stay in ambush stance, that's for sure, either way, and I'm not. You also lose chivalry for raiding. I guess that makes sense. Why don't we'll test the waters against him in a sec here. So we have a couple landmarks that we can build, and I do want this because it'll help our trade quite a bit, our trade income and growth and all that, which is nice, and public order. But what I actually want is trebuchets right now. So I left, it's still a peasant unit, so I left 1 slot open so that we could get it.
Protector of the realm.
Let's go to some diplomacy here.
Lord, welcome, friends.
See
Let's hope we can. I will not.
Can't get that.
Armored in faith.
We can at least get a non-aggression
Welcome to
pact
fair
here.
Bretonnia. Now is the time to unite. Yes, I concur.
There we go. Get a little bit of money out of them. Not that it matters too much. And can we trade with you?
You ask for a boon.
Did your army get destroyed?
Speak, and I will see if it is
rash.
I hope not, because I kind of need you guys to not die immediately. I would like to confederate with them.
My reputation.
All right, let's take a look at what you've got for an
Strike
army.
them down.
It's mostly just straight up trash. But we don't have much of a front line either. Our knights should be able to beat their knights, but that Vargulf is going to be a real actual problem. And then, of course, there's the Red Duke as well. I'm going to fight it. We'll see how we go with this first battle here. I think we can win. If we lose, then I guess it'll make things that much more interesting. If I'm not mistaken, actually, I think Knights of the Realm have bonus versus large. So that gives us even more of an advantage against their Cav and that Vargulf, which is good. I do wish I had my artillery already. Where are we going to set up? I think our best bet actually might be to set up in between these trees like we kind of already were. Put you guys on the flanks. Make our line as wide as we can here. You guys probably need to back up a little bit. Because that Vargulf is going to smash right through these guys quite easily, I would imagine. We do have another thing that got changed is paladins and lords start on horses now, which is kind of nice. Yeah, because it saves a skill point for starters, but also just the option to have it is good. Now let's take a look here. You are, yeah, you're anti-large. So where are their knights? Are 2 of them over here, 1 of them over here. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is try to kind of tempted to try to come over here and just smash them real hard. On that flank so that we can move around and Just kind of get things going a little bit more quickly.
Protector of the realm.
Now, if I'm lucky,
At speed.
the enemy forces are kind of going to swarm around here, which will work out just fine.
Knights of the realm.
For me, let's move you guys up. And if actually some of these guys if they wanted to chase some of my knights, that would be acceptable. That's right. Let's take a look at some of our troops here real quick as we go through the ground. Look at all these filthy peasants ready to die for Bretonnia. Oh, minor mistake. Didn't expect him to come in and charge me quite so quickly.
Immediately. At speed. Trample them. Take the ground.
So that will work just fine. These guys are coming after me here. There you go.
It shall be done. Immediately. Swiftly. Moving apace. Charge.
Go ahead and attack them. We can actually probably... no, we're going to save our archers.
Bowman.
Don't need to shoot the zombies. I need to shoot the Vargulf. Shoot that, please. Alright, so these guys are
Knights of the realm.
getting wrecked here. Back up, please.
Be done.
Okay, that's all looking pretty good. We're attacking the Vargulf. That's also good.
Paladin of Bretonnia.
You guys go in and fight it as well. Got heroic killing blow, so I guess that'll help.
Knights of the realm.
Did I wipe out those knights? I think I did. This is good. This is very good. Okay. So the Vargulf is being dealt with.
Duty.
Fight him, please. As soon as that Vargulf is dead, we're going to be a lot happier. Okay, yeah. Come on. Let's come around over this way. Get out of that formation. We don't need you to be in it. Yeah, they're toggling. That's not what I want. I want this, that. Okay. Now, how are we doing over here? We are sort of winning. Looks like you guys are doing fine. Keep shooting into that.
Bowman.
You guys actually shoot. You don't really have a very good shot. I'm going to bring my other knights around.
Squires.
So we're going to need to bring you guys over down this way, I think, to help protect that flank. You're not worried about the zombies really so much, so I guess that's fine.
What orders?
You guys actually can come over here as well.
Run, man.
And I suppose you can help out my... they're actually doing just fine, so you guys come over here, flank them. So my knights on this side really are going to need some help. Okay, you guys can shoot at them now.
To war! Quickly, lads!
Actually, you know what? Oops, sorry. Nope, don't go there. I need you guys to go there. Okay.
Awaiting orders!
I don't know what these guys are doing. This is a little... It's not what I asked for.
For the king! Swiftly!
So you guys go there.
To glory!
You guys go there. I know those are spears, but that shouldn't really matter too much. Run him down.
Bretonnia!
He's gonna do that. Okay, we took out one. Let's take a look at the fighting here. And actually probably do a little bit of a cycle charge here. Get you guys out of here. There's no need for you to be dying or anything like that.
Take the ground! Ready for battle!
And you guys can come back this way. How are we doing over here? These guys are still doing okay. Might as well have that. Go duel him, maybe. Alright, let's bring you guys around like that. Those guys are going to die soon, and these guys have basically crumbled. This is good. Oh, yeah. That's what I like to see. Alright, how are we doing over here? We need you to shoot them. Shoot them, please. I thought I had another unit over here. I do. Let's back you guys off. Is there some weirdness going on with my foot squires here? Oh, actually, no. You're gonna have to stay there. My foot squires are just spread out all over the place, which I don't really want. Alright, you guys can shoot over there as well.
Orders, my
We've one here.
We are ready.
Shoot him, please. And, yeah, come on over, guys. Just go ahead and take this off. This basically makes them penetrate a little better with their charges, I think. And there we go. I don't think we get a special trait because the Red Duke, while he is sort of a special character, he's not actually a legendary lord. So I don't think we're going to get any kind of trait that you would normally get from defeating such a character, but we'll see. Look at that, yeah, my archers did quite well, and so did my Knights of the Realm, really. Most of them. But the reason I wanted trebuchets is just because if we got an opportunity to go and attack Musalan, we would get to just attack immediately, because I don't think Alberic has siege attacker. Which means we'd have to spend a turn building a battering ram, basically, which I really would prefer not to have to do. Plus, we can also destroy towers and use our archers that way. Okie dokie. I think I'm going to take the money. We do lose some chivalry, but we're going to gain more than we lose no matter what. I'm going to banner. I guess that's something. We get Strider and physical resistance 5%. Sure. That's actually not too bad as far as banners go. Let's... There's actually some that are going to live. But let's ransom. So we were 8, so we would have gotten 10, but we got 5 instead. That's what it comes down to.
Do you know who I am?
Okay. Next thing to do is... So this is another thing. I kind of feel like Route Marchers should be taken out of the game, because any lord that you have, you're probably going to get that on level 2. Regardless of what faction you're playing or what lord it is. But, yeah, I don't know if you just get rid of it and maybe give everybody another 10% movement range, or move it further back in the tree here, like over this way. I don't know. We do have some other interesting skills for Alberic here. I don't know if these are new or not. I don't think so. It's also got a special hippogriff mount that we can get later. And he's got some like sort of administrative skills here, which are pretty good. But I think for now, yeah, we're just going to get Route Marcher for level 2 here. And probably...
Of the realm.
I feel like we should finish him off.
Death to the enemy!
Even though we're going to be trespassing a little bit, we'll just auto-resolve that. And we'll just take leadership this time. Or actually, we may have military access with these guys at this point. I can't remember.
Of the lady be upon you.
Took quite a bit more damage than I was hoping to, but that's okay. So I'm going to go down the blue line first, I think, for a bit. Because I do really like Lightning Strike in general. And this is quite good over time. It's specific to Alberic, I think, so we'll grab that. And our Paladin leveled up too. Public Order's pretty good. Well, it's okay. It's not really critical. Specialist I like quite a bit, but maybe not for this guy. I think I will still get him the Public Order. Actually, no, I won't. I don't want Public Order right now anyway, because we're going to level up on these greenskin incursions. No matter what.
We have met before.
And also, I totally forgot.
Bretonnia.
So we have the new vows system. Let's get a look at this earlier, but it slipped my mind. So Alberic starts out with 1 vow already. And the vows, there's vows and troths, which the troths are for the prophetesses. And I think it's basically the same thing, more or less, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he starts with this, so our Knights Errant and Knights of the Realm are a bit cheaper. But we need to make a new pledge if we want to go for the questing vow, which is pretty good, I would say, just for the 10% movement, if nothing else. I don't think it costs us anything to go for this. This text is a little bit small to read. But we have some options here. So win a siege battle in desert or jungle climate. That's not going to happen. We're not leaving for Lustria anytime soon. Win a battle at sea could happen. Or defeat a Beastman, Greenskin, or Dark Elf Legendary Lord. I think there's a lot better chance of us winning a battle at sea than anything else because there's pirates on the coast and all that. And it's thematically appropriate, so I'm going to go for this. I don't think we have a time limit to do this. I hope not, because what's done is done. I guess we'll find out. Alright, so we need to get back to our own land so we can start replenishing here. Get ready for the incursion, because that's going to happen in just a couple turns here. Now that that's going, we can actually switch this back over to growth. So hopefully we can get that a little bit sooner. We don't need to worry about settlement upgrades. So I think we're good. I could actually go over and attack Musalon, but I'm hoping that Lyonesse is going to take care of that for me. Just because I think, like I said earlier, I would prefer that they take it. So that I don't have to worry about public order here, and then I'll just confederate with them later. And then I don't have to worry about Musalon attacking me in the middle of these incursions while I'm trying to level up Alberic here. I'm even half tempted. I wonder if I could get away with leveling up 2 lords like this, because I think that from what I had read, Bretonnia doesn't have the same supply lines issues that other factions have. So like when you make a new army, usually your upkeep for all your armies would increase. But Bretonnia doesn't have that for some reason, I think. So I might be able to finagle it so I get like 2 lords sort of leveled up here. And may even be able to knock out a vow for one of them. Then I don't have to like keep the lord. I can just retire him, you know, until I actually really need him. We'll see. I wish these guys would have attacked, you cowards. Come on. I gave you the win. I mean, we could attack, especially once we get the trebuchet. Alright, Trident of Manon. Alberic of Bordeleaux has dreamed of a life spent questing, yet when his father died, he was thrust unexpectedly into dukedom and has never been able to relinquish the awesome responsibility bestowed upon him, yet opportunity has arisen at last in the form of dire tidings. The ancestral tomb of the Bordeleaux dukes has been ransacked, and amongst the items stolen is the Trident of Manon, said to be descended from the god of the sea himself. Although horrified, Alberic is also instilled with an excitement. He knows he must rescue the relic and restore safety to the dukedom, and so must investigate personally. So we got another paladin here, which I was not expecting. Okay, and here's our quest. So we have to move a character to here. So the first and most obvious place to begin the investigation is the thrice damned city of Musalon, and Alberic knows it. The dark and twisted visions within its walls are often linked to murders, kidnappings, and other deviations. Alberic's quest must begin with those depraved creatures. He will bring justice and righteous fury to those who conspire against Bordeleaux and Bretonnia. So where's my other paladin? This guy.
Paladin of Bretonnia.
With you, my friend, I'm going to come over here and we're going to just try to assassinate this guy.
I will not fail you.
And well, I will not fail you. You literally just did, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about this quest right now. We'll get to it. I'm tempted to go over and just like sack Musalon, but I guess we don't really have an army that's in good enough shape to make that happen right now. So our best bet instead is probably... Is this done yet? One more turn.
My reputation precedes me.
If we go into the city, we'll reduce the amount of public order loss we have right now, or control loss. But instead, I'm just going to come down here and camp so we can replenish. Don't need to worry about settlement upgrades right now. I think we're probably good. Because I'm not going to recruit anything until I can get that trebuchet. If we're lucky, we'll get it before the incursion comes. I don't know if we will or not. I also don't know how many turns they take. If they take 1 turn, I think we'll be fine. 2 turns, maybe not. War declared with Carcassonne and the Beastmen doesn't surprise me. Beastmen really seem to, aside from being a bit of an annoyance for some factions, really seem to have very little to zero impact on the campaign overall. That is something that I would maybe like to see changed a little bit, at least for the legendary Lord factions. Man, this guy really wants to get his ass whooped. Coming out of his city like that. Because if I could fight them in the field, fight that garrison in the field, we would just wreck them. Due to all the knights I have in, you know, the expanded territory with which to run them around in. Alright, so what do we got? There's our research done. So our hero's going to be a little bit better. And here comes the incursion. So what do we have here? Oh, good. It is only 1 turn. This is indeed a peasant unit, yeah. So you can only really get the 1 right now. I guess I could give up a unit of bowmen for another one, but I think 1 is fine to start here. How many turns until... We've got 3 turns until we get growth. That's fine, I guess. I don't want to serve. I don't want that guy messing with me, but you know what I'm going to do first is just... Let's send you over here. Victory. Just to get it done. And we'll see what's next. Capture and occupy the following settlement. Ah, well. I guess maybe we will have to go up there and fight them. All that Alberic's agent was able to learn during his time in Musalon is that the city is as damnable and decrepit as ever. Frustrated by a lack of leads, yet energized by the investigation, Alberic knows precisely what must be done next. The trident of Manan billows on the flag of Bordeleaux as the Duke rallies his forces to war. Musalon will be taken by force, and any surviving inhabitants will answer to Alberic or face his blade. Well, so be it. That'll be something to do. I guess I'm going to bring you back down here, though. You got this guy. Is this guy also level 4? Yeah, I think he is. I think they've got a special building here, actually. Marquee Harbor, Shady Township, Mausoleum, so we can get grave garden stuff. Yeah, there we go. Fortress of Marovec. Pretty good building. But I think it's only for him, or for vampire counts anyway. Now, as far as the chivalric code is concerned here, I think my best bet is going to be to go down here, because Paravan is probably in the most danger of getting wiped out, like, immediately. Just because they're on the border with the Wood Elves. So we'll try and save them if we can, basically. Imminent rebellion, that's fine. Just double check our diplomacy here, maybe.
Valiant. The lady grants you safe passage.
No trade there. Bretonnia might.
You ask for a boon. Speak, and I will see if it is within my power to give.
Oops, I didn't mean to cancel all that. I just wanted to... Yeah, there we go. And we'll see if we can get some money out of them.
Done.
All right. Yeah, they must have lost their whole army trying to fight somebody here, I guess. Who are they at war with? Marienburg, probably. Maybe even Norska. They came down already. Let's see, what about you guys? You guys want...
Behold the majesty of the Phoenix. I cannot do this.
I'm waiting. You have traveled far to petition the Phoenix. A foolish suggestion.
Alright, so no No non-aggression packs going on there. We found the Barrow Legion, I see. I do intend to take them out. I don't know what Kemmler's trait is, but might as well kill him anyway. Beyond that, I think we are good to go here. So these incursions are going to be happening for quite a while. We don't really... Well, actually, that's not true. We do have access to a orc settlement that we could take out. It's Massifo Crawl. It's a new settlement that's been added to the Mortal Empires map in this latest patch, I think. And that would end these incursions. But I don't want it, and I don't want this. I kind of feel like alliances, defensive alliances maybe not so bad, but military alliances, while they're good for trying to confederate, just because, you know, you get your relationship up so high with the other faction, they tend to be a bit dangerous because you get dragged into some wars that you really would prefer not to be in a lot of the time. I think we have actually a technology that we could research that might give us a little bit of a boost with the High Elves, just in terms of being able to get non-aggression packs and generally not get attacked by them, which is what I'm mostly concerned about. I wonder where he went. I suppose what I could do is go and take Musalon, and then just let rebels take it back, and just not worry about it. That could work. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and, rather than try to assassinate, I'm gonna just put him in my my retinue here.
Test me at your peril.
We lost, yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to get his Vargolf back, which actually is really good for us.
Lord and hero.
For now, we'll go ahead and take care of these guys. We could easily auto-resolve this, but I'm gonna fight it. Just because I can. It's the first time we've seen any orcs in the campaign, so why not? And it will probably be a bit safer, too. We'll probably take less losses than auto-resolve would normally give us. I'm guessing. That may not be true. But we'll find out. They've got Spider Riders, which I'm not worried about. Not worried about really any of these. Except for that's maybe slightly annoying. Okie dokie. Got actually an amazingly defensible position up here. Let's go ahead and stick you... something like that. We could even back you up a little bit more. To there. Are we going to have the ability to actually see? Not really. It's not gonna, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna matter. Let's just go ahead and put you guys on the flanks like so. We'll put you right up front like that. Then we'll put our archers right behind you like so. And then we'll put you there. Put our paladins on the flanks here. And put you guys here. You guys here. And then we'll just have... you guys guard. Alright, let's begin. Might as well group you up. Group you up, and you guys. And we're already getting some hits here. I think there's... can't I take control of this? I think if I do that. Let's see if we can get a hit here. Whoop! Nope. Sadly, I am just not particularly good at aiming the artillery. Well, you should probably be attacking not those guys. Like, attack the archers. Alright, you guys come over this way, please. Excuse me? I wish for you to... There we go. Okay. Oh, you guys actually charged right in there, did you? I want you guys to shoot them. Try not to let these guys get away if I can. Yeah, Bretonnian archers aren't the best, but they're good enough, I find. At least I've found in my very limited experience playing them again so far. Because these guys aren't going to do crap. You're not going to be able to catch them, so you might as well just come over here. And you can come attack them, I guess. And I guess you might as well do that. Oh, yeah, it's fine. You attack them. Alright. Go ahead and go up there. You guys can charge them from behind. These guys have already been defeated, so we'll attack you. Not sure how good of a shot they have on those orcs, but that's alright. You guys can charge in. Get them, boys! These guys are actually... They're not anti-infantry, but they do have... Oh no, they are anti-infantry, yeah, and they have armor piercing. So that's kind of cool. With their shields on their back and everything. And these guys are basically already done for. We're getting shot up here. Go ahead and attack them. Come on back this way if you don't mind. And you guys can shoot them as well, I guess. You can try. As soon as these guys die, I think they'll all break and run away. There we go. We could run these guys down, but there's probably not really any need to, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to end the battle here. Decisive victory is good. I think we get... I've heard that you get more XP for, like, heroic and decisive victories than for close victories or Pyrrhic victories. I don't know if that's true, but it sort of makes sense, I guess. This guy took all kinds of damage, but only killed one person. Okay. I guess I wasn't paying attention to him close enough. Not many very kills on the trebuchet, actually, but I didn't really have a very good angle with it either, so I guess that is somewhat forgivable. Wasn't really paying too close attention to it. Ransom. I think I'm just gonna execute captives again. It's just not very much money. Now you are the one that I'm gonna keep in the army, so you're gonna go ahead and get... Probably hard to hit, even though there's another blade shield up here. I just need him to stay in the fight a little bit longer rather than actually kill things, because I'm going to leave that to other units most of the time, probably, unless I really need him to duel somebody for some reason. You, on the other hand, we're going to give you Specialist. And give you Yield to the Sea here, so we get even more money. And I think
my reputation.
I definitely want to come over here and finish you off. See, like, there's no way we would have lost anywhere near this many troops if we hadn't auto-resolved that, so maybe I'll have to fight him out. Blessing of the Ladies. So, deeds in noble and glorious battle have attracted the Fae and Ancient Lady. So we have Blessing of the Lady for the whole army, I think, which I think is...
Of the realm.
Maybe it's on here. I think he already had it. I could be wrong. No, there it is, yeah. So everybody's got 20% physical resist until leadership is broken. That's actually, like, really good. Alright, let's move you up. How far can I move you and still camp? Not very.
Taking my leave. Very well.
Alright.
If you insist.
I would like to come up here and fight these guys so I can just take this and be done with it for the quest. But I guess that's going to have to wait. Aside from that, I think we've got a pretty good start here. We've got another incursion coming almost like every turn here. So if we move one of these paladins out, we certainly would. So yeah, we're going to be getting lots of XP. But we're going to be fighting a lot of like piddly little greenskin armies as well at the same time. So getting over to Musalon might be a little bit of a challenge.